Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to do a review of this Belcam fragrance, okay? This is called Primitive Man. The light's going through there, but Primitive Man. And this is a clone, or their version of Sauvage by Dior. Dior Sauvage, as we all know it. The famous fragrance. So, I picked up a couple of these Belcams, if you watch my last couple videos, and just had this like revitalization of like clones and cheapies, and I really want to get into that. So this one I paid $5 for. It's like a 3.4 ounce, so you get a good bang for your buck in terms of juice. It might go a little bit more in your store if you can find it, because I think I see it for like more like $7. I mean, it's not a big difference, but I see it a lot for like $7. A lot of these Belcams are like $7, $8 a bottle. This one, I don't know why, but it just happened to be $5. So awesome deal. I could have bought this or like a watermelon or something, but I chose this. But okay, before we get into this review, I'm just gonna lay it out for you, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're new or if you're a returning viewer, I don't really like doing comparisons, okay? I don't like doing comparison videos of clones to their originals. Why? A, I just don't like the format of comparison videos too much, and B, I don't really care. Like, I smell the differences, I smell the similarities, but I just like colognes for what they are. I kind of like to wear colognes, even clones, like I've owned a number of clones, just for what they are. But it's impossible to talk about this, of course, without comparing it to Sauvage. And obviously Sauvage is a cologne that I've worn a lot. I still have Sauvage. I wear it every week at least. I wear it at least once a week. So I know that one well, and yes, I will be comparing it to it. But I just want to let you know that for these Belcam colognes, I've not smelled the originals for a lot of them, and that might not be okay to some people. And I totally understand that, and that's fine. But I just kind of want to talk about them more on how they are as a cologne. That's a point that I've brought up over and over on this channel, and that might not be for everybody. That's my style. But Primitive Man. Okay. Sorry, I take a long time to get into these, man. Just like the Obsession clone, which was like classic match Obsession, this is a glass bottle with a plastic sprayer, but a nice sprayer. I mean, really a great sprayer. I'm surprised for a $5 cologne how good the sprayer is. It's plastic, like I said, but it's very sturdy. There's not a lot of wiggle or anything on the sprayer. It feels sturdy in your hand. I have zero complaints. I have absolutely no complaints about the sprayer. And in addition to that, they pump out a lot of mist, which was another surprise. So I'll spray this on my wrist. I don't know if you could see that because of the lighting. It's a little dim in here. But if you go and watch my Obsession my Obsession clone review or whatever, I show the mist in that, and it's good. It's really good. So I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I watched a lot of reviews for this. I had people recommend this. Actually, before I even knew what Belcam was, back months ago, people were recommending this to me in comments. So I finally got it, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, I'll tell you right now, when you open this bottle, when you open the box that it comes in, you take the cap off and you smell it, it's gonna smell like Sauvage. The first thing you're gonna notice is that it smells like Sauvage. You're gonna smell that Sauvage peppery ambroxan citrusy top, right? But when you spray it, it's not as close. And I'm gonna tell you that this is not the most accurate Sauvage cologne I've smelled, which I would say that when I first sprayed this, I was a little bit disappointed because people just said that it was a good clone. I don't really think in terms of a clone that it's really that good. I don't think that it's a very accurate clone. I think it's probably like 60% there maybe. If you want a more accurate clone, get Ventana. There's a ton of Sauvage clones on the market. Ventana is by Armaf. That's like $20-$25. I've reviewed that one as well. That is a much more accurate clone. This off the top is much lighter, and throughout this, Sauvage is a very potent cologne. This one isn't as potent, not as potent. It's lighter, and not only lighter. Sorry, I'm gonna go cross-legged like a little kindergartner here. It's lighter not in terms of projection, but also in terms of like the concentration of oils. It's just a lighter scent all around, more just weaker, I guess you could say. I don't think it's a bad thing. This does smell nice. It's just a lot weaker. Off the top, it doesn't really smell a lot like Sauvage. You don't get bergamot really. That Sauvage almost get like a blood orange smell, like a juicy sweet blood orange, which you do get in Ventana. But in this, I get like a lemon smell, kind of, and it's actually pretty decent. It's a nice lemon smell, kind of sweet. You do get a little bit of ambroxan, and you do get some pepper. And actually, one good thing to say about this is you do get a decent amount of pepper in this fragrance, which I personally love in Sauvage, that Sichuan pepper smell. In Ventana, not to keep comparing it to it, but whatever, there's really no pepper. That was one of the downsides I had with that fragrance, was that nice pepper kick that you get with Sauvage is not there. So this you get I know I'm probably, the third time I'm saying it, but lemon, pepper, a little bit of ambroxan, and a sweetness to this. There's this overlying sweetness to this, or underlying, if you will, that you don't really get in Sauvage. And like I said, no, to me this doesn't really, it's not really an accurate clone. It's not really super accurate, but to say that it doesn't smell like Sauvage at times, you would be lying. It does have the DNA of Sauvage. It does have that, just, I don't know how to describe it, that peppery ambroxan kick, that slight shower gel smell. That's there. It's just the other things come across more. I get what they were trying to do with this. They just didn't hit the mark with this one. But it doesn't really smell that bad. Synthetic, yeah, sure, but it's kind of sweet smelling. And I will tell you that when this one dries down, it actually, now Sauvage, we often call that like a blue, like shower gel kind of cologne, right? I've always said that, and I've said this a million times, but I think Sauvage smells more to me like, and discounting the top with that metallic citrus and that really bright opening, I think Sauvage smells like Right Guard deodorant, like a really high quality, great smelling deodorant. It just gives off that vibe. This to me actually smells more like a soap. As it dries down, in fact, it almost at times smells like Dove White, the soap. So for this, I get actually more like a clean, soapy smell with a little bit of pepper. Again, it's not really that close to Sauvage in my opinion. You do get the DNA. You'll smell whiffs of Sauvage. You'll know what they were trying to go for. But to me, it smells more like a clean soap with some pepper in it. In fact, it actually smells like some of the Duke Cannon soaps that I've smelled. And then on the dry down, like when it's really drying down, I get more of like a perfumey smell. A slight, almost like candy sweetness. Don't worry, it's not very strong or like sticky like some of those clubbing fragrances can be, but I do get like a candy kind of sweetness almost. And I gotta tell you, now the dry down of this, when it's really drying down and you get that perfumey scent, it's absolutely nothing like Sauvage to me. At least to my nose, it's nothing like it. However, it smells pretty good. So, yeah, what do you say about this? I mean, if you're somebody who loves Sauvage and you're a Sauvage fanatic, you're gonna go one of two ways with this cologne. You're either going to say, I have to get this cologne because I love Sauvage and I want to smell all the clones, or you're going to say, fuck that, I'm not buying that cheap $5 garbage, that's swill, why do I want that when I have Sauvage? If you're a guy like me, where I love clones, I just love the nature of them. It's like a sub-hobby almost, a subcategory in cologne fragrance hobby. I just am enamored by them and I love that they're cheap and I love cheap fragrances. You're going to want to pick this up. Like, if you're one of the folks watching who just likes collecting colognes and likes trying new things out, then yeah, I would actually suggest it. I mean, like I said, be warned, it's not going to smell 100% like it. I don't really think it's a super accurate cologne, but it does smell pretty damn nice, actually, and I'll be wearing this. Like I said, Obsession is going to be my scent of the day, most days these days. That was a lot of days. But this one smells pretty damn good for the price. And remember, it's $5 for a 3.4 ounce, man. You got a lot of juice. So I like this. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't smell as close as I thought, but it's $5. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the own scent that it takes. Not the highest quality clone of these Belcam fragrances, but a pretty decent fragrance on its own. Projection wise, it's and performance wise, I honestly I can't give you numbers. I don't know. It's not the weakest fragrance I've ever used, but it's not very strong. It's definitely not as strong as something like Ventana, and it's nowhere as close to Sauvage. But it's a good freshener cologne. It smells fresh and clean. It's good after a shower or something like that. I like it. I'll keep wearing it. You guys should check them out. There's other Sauvage colognes too. One in particular I can think is Alt Fragrances has a new one called like Farouche or something like that. I don't really order from them anymore because they kind of soured my opinion with their customer service, but maybe you check that out. There's others too. Anyways, that's all. Peace out and smell good.